There are four competences in intercultural communicative competence. First, intercultural competence. Second, social linguistic competence. Third, linguistic competence. Fourth, discourse competence. Let's talk about intercultural competence first. From page 2, as we know, culture consists of various elements. Some of them are visible, like the elements which are above the surface: food, clothing, house, institution. Other aspects of culture are not directly visible, because they lay underneath the surface, such as behavior, attitude, belief, and perception. To successfully cope with these elements, intercultural competence is needed. But what is intercultural competence? Let's move to the page 3, the introduction of intercultural competence. In an intercultural situation, a person's culturally determined emotions, thought patterns, and behaviors are being challenged. Thus, goal-directed behavior cannot be performed in a constant manner. Communication is aggravated and the reactions of others are often poorly understood. Therefore, to cope with this situation, intercultural competence is really required. Let's move to the page 4. This photo shows what are different perceptions. How one thing can be interpreted totally different, depending on the perspective. Actually, both of them refer to the same thing. The left one said, "This is sex." However, the right one said, "This is 9." But actually both of them are correct. This shows the process of coding and decoding of message is based on culturally determined ways of perception. So, let's come to a more textbook-like definition of intercultural competence. Let's move to the page 5. What is intercultural competence? Intercultural competence is a combination of knowledge, aspiration, and abilities that gives a person a chance to successfully communicate and interact with persons from a different culture. So let's move on to the page 6. Here are 6 factors which are important to intercultural competence. First, ambiguity tolerance. Second, empathy. Third, impartiality. Fourth, acceptance for deviating opinions. Fifth, propensity to show respect. Sixth, capacity for teamwork. From these 6 factors, actually some of them like ambiguity tolerance or empathy are traits and not so easy to change. but others, like acceptance for differing opinions or capacity for teamwork, can be trained and should be integrated into curriculum in order to make students successfully in a global society. Here are my references, and thank you for your listen.